And then they will say, well, Tantra, does everybody just drink and have sex? You know, because they see the images of deities in union and things, and they've never had any explanation about it, so they don't understand what it means. So then you have to explain the deities in union are talking about, the woman symbolizes wisdom, the man compassion, very opposite from how we think in the West, okay? And the union is symbolizing the union of wisdom and compassion, okay? And that some very, very few highly realized tantric practitioners, such as Tilopa, who lived in the 10th century, or Marpa, then they may have, sexual relationships, and there's precepts regarding these relationships. It's not just going out and having sex with anybody, but both people have to be qualified. There's all sorts of vows you have to keep when you do that, and that are included in the tantric vows. And so, and it's done with the permission of one's teacher, and it's somebody who has renunciation, bodhicitta, the view of emptiness. So this is not just everybody walking around in Tibetan robes, or every Tibetan, So again, just kind of explaining this, because people, they don't know, they haven't met people, yeah. And so there's this kind of, misunderstanding that comes. So there's no need to get defensive about tradition. Just realize that people don't know, And it's kind of like when the Jewish community came to Dharamsala, and they were down at His Holiness's brother's. He has a small guest house. And it was Friday night prior to Shabbat, and so they faced Jerusalem. That's how they pray, and so the sun was setting. They were and Jerusalem was in the west. So they faced Jerusalem, and they were praying. And the Tibetans said, "How come they're praying to the sun?" So this is just because people don't know. So it's the same way if you're in Taiwan and people ask you those kinds of questions. It's just because people don't know, okay? So you don't need to get angry or defensive or anything, So it's like, Buddhists could go into a Christian church and say, why are people worshiping a corpse when they see Jesus hanging on the cross? So, it's just these kinds of things, and this is why so much interfaith dialogue, and within Buddhism, intertradition dialogue is needed, so that we understand each other properly. Okay? So I'll talk some more tomorrow about other things you may encounter. Yeah?
Would a lay teacher in the Tibetan tradition ever wear a chugu?
No, they wouldn't wear a chugu. And this is one thing that, I saw somebody at one point, he used to be a monk, he got married, he wore lay clothes, but when he did Dharma things, he put on his robe and he wore a chugu. And he shouldn't be doing that. It's deceiving. And actually, it's incredible negative karma to wear robes when you aren't a monastic, and to pretend to be a monastic when you aren't. So the lamas who wear the maroon vehicle, it isn't technically a robe. It's not stitched like a robe, but they may wear a maroon zen, yeah. So then this kind of confusion happens.